talked about what he mentioned in his speech, but
Nah.
you know, just who he was.
Yeah. We can probably go to the next one.
All right, cool. Yeah, cool.
Then the Dudley Boys come out to induct Jacqueline. They talk about how tough she is, and by they I mean Bubba Ray, because when Devon tries to get a word in, Bubba cuts him off and tells him all he is supposed to say is testify. Devon says he will put him through a table, and from now on, Bubba can go get his own damn tables.
Well, here's the thing. I thought they were going to split, you know, like you had predicted, and I was like, oh, well, maybe this is setting the seeds and planting the seeds for it. So, yeah, man, I thought they, you know, just had a, you know, good little opening segment for Jackie to come out.
Yeah. They say Jackie is very cheap and would fake being asleep when they were on the road and came up to a toll booth. Jackie comes out, and for the second time tonight, something. Oh, never mind. That's something else. All right. Jackie's age is really telling on her now. She keeps her speech short and sweet.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was a real quick moment. Yeah, you know, we can breeze by that one.
Yep. We then see the video.
Oh, wait. Sorry. You know how I hate to see black people shuck and jive.
Yeah.
So I didn't like the whole dabbing thing.
Oh yeah.
But that's just me. Sorry.
But I think that was more of something she did, like on her own.
No, that's what I mean that could have been her own, but that was what Devon kind of led into. So when she came out, we wanted her to dab. Like, okay, well, like honestly, dude, it just seemed like yeah, they might have been on the road together, but Devon's family and her family, were close. But outside of that, it didn't really seem like they really added much to who Jackie was as a performer.
No, I think they could have found somebody better to induct her.
I mean, it was a real quick moment, man. You know, thanks for coming. So.
Yeah. We didn't see the video for the first ever WWE Hall of Fame Legacy Award, which is pretty cool. They want to recognize those that came in the black and white era. I think Luthez should already been in before this.
Oh, is that my cue? Yeah, but dude, it was awesome for the black and white era. Sorry, it was awesome for the black and white era. There were some names there that I knew the names, but I didn't know what the heck they were famous for. Like Hackenschmidt created the bear hug.
Yeah.
I mean, like these are early wrestling superstars that, you know, invented some of the common items that we include in wrestling today.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, that was awesome. Like I didn't know where they were going with that, but yeah, man, when you pay tribute to the superstars in that black and white era, it's awesome.
Yeah. And my daddy, he said he used to watch Sailor Art Thomas when he used to go watch wrestling.
See, like that's what I'm saying, man. Like this is cool. I know we joke and kid, or people, you know, give WWE grief about this Hall of Fame because at the end of the day, it is kind of corny and goofy, and they add so many different things because of the fact that it's the WWE's Hall of Fame and not necessarily wrestling.
Yeah.
But this kind of gives it legitimacy. You know?
Right.
So it was awesome to see that.
Yep. All right, we have our first really big induction coming up. We have the New Day come out to induct what I call the semi-main event of this year's Hall of Fame, the Freebirds. Kofi talks about what New Day and the Freebirds have in common, and he says they both love to sing and dance. They're also multi-man well-oiled units, which leads to Big E saying very well oiled. They talk about how family doesn't have to mean you're related by blood, and both them and the Freebirds share a brotherhood and a family. They then talk about Freebirds being innovative and being the first team to come out to rock music, and then they start a Freebirds rock chant. So, how do you think New Day did?
It was typical New Day, man. I didn't have really anything to say about that. I mean, it's New Day. They gave a very entertaining induction, so I was intrigued more to get to the Freebirds. It was cool. It was cool.
The Freebirds come out doing their signature dancing, and WWE actually coughed up the money to pay for the rights to use the Freebird song. Let's see. And the dancing still kind of looks cool when Hayes does it, but Garvin just looks like a drunk old uncle at a wedding. After dancing, they are both blown up, especially Garvin. They tell a story about Terry Gordy kicking the front door at their first apartment off its hinges because nobody could find the key. They talk about how they miss Gordy and Roberts, but we will feel their presence tonight as they bring out their kids, Buddy Roberts Jr. and Ray Gordy, formerly known as Jesse of Jesse and Festus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait. Which one?
Jesse.
Sorry. Obviously it was Jesse. The skinny one or the heavier?
The heavier guy.
Okay, so the heavier. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the skinny guy sucked at his speech.
He's probably never done public speaking before.
Yeah, he probably never done that. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jesse.
They had one of the best theme music of all time, Jesse and Festus. Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy, man.
They say a few words, and then Hayes tells a story about him and Gordy in a bar where they take down a guy with a wooden leg and get shot at. Hayes does his thank yous and includes the writers and said that people have no idea how hard they work. They didn't work too hard on Wrestlemania, I don't think.
Stop it. Go ahead.
He thanks the McMahons and calls Stephanie the sister he never had. He tells people never take anything for granted, and this leads to him bringing out Kevin Von Erich. And is Kevin Von Erich sick because he looks really bad and his voice sounds really weird?
Okay, now here was the highlight of this thing. Because for one, yes, either he's sick or he's just in really bad shape, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't he induct one of the Von Erich family maybe not a couple years ago?
Yeah, he done. He accepted for the Von Erich family in 2009 at WrestleMania 25.
Okay, so 7 years ago. Now 7 years ago, he still looked in pretty good shape, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he's always been skinny, but I mean, he looked especially skinny here.
Yeah, he looked a little frail. I mean, everybody changes. You know, the Freebirds were up there with added weight. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little weird to see him come out looking as frail as thin as he was.
Yeah, and he also calls the New Day the New Gay.
Bingo. So I'm watching this and I'm like, did he just say what I think he said? And I replayed it again. I'm like, yeah, he did. And so I think I watched it again on Saturday. Not watching it on Saturday. I watched it again on Sunday. And when I watched it and heard him say it again because I thought I was tripping. And I instantly Googled it and everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
Like we live in that age now where if you thought you saw something, 1,000 other people did too, and they're tweeting about it. You know, Kofi was making a joke about it. At the end of the day, it was a harmful miscue, but at the same time, dude, you don't know who the New Day are, basically. I mean, that's just what it is. He didn't know who they were, so I thought it was funny, but
and the crowd laughed, and he don't even get what they're laughing at. He don't even realize it
because he played it through. He played it through. There was nothing wrong with that. He didn't acknowledge that he messed up, which was good on his part. It gave more of a social media feel to it afterwards, but he pushed on through with his message. But once again, he didn't know who the New Day were. Yeah. Period. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then we end the induction with Michael Hayes singing Bad Street USA.
Well, see, that was the thing. That when they showed the video, they were playing Bad Street, and then they came out to some different music. So I'm like, dang, are they going to play Bad Street? I didn't necessarily need him to sing it.
Right.
But it was
I'll tell you what's up with that.
Okay.
Okay, when the Freebirds first started out, they came out to Freebird by Leonard Skinner. Then I think as time went on and Leonard Skinner found out or something, they took the rights away for them to use that. So they had to come up with their own music.
Wait. Now, okay, sum this up for me because you may know.
Okay.
Was this still in Texas though?
Yeah, they used Leonard. They used Leonard Skinner the whole time they was in Texas.
But see, the thing I didn't understand was in Bad Street they say they from Atlanta.
Right.
Like and like for some reason I thought Bad Street was created when they were in WCW because that's an Atlanta company basically. But I was like, nah, they used that when they were in AWA. So I didn't know if they were just claiming Atlanta, but I thought they were Texas guys, right?
No, they were actually Atlanta guys. They were formed in Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
And then they got the call to come down to Texas.
Okay. I wonder if that even gave them any more heat that they weren't repping Texas.
It probably did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was something I was like, well, wait. I thought they were Texas guys, but yeah, they were really repping Atlanta in that song. And
yeah,
dude, all I remember about that song is Bad Street, like that. I forgot about that they actually say Atlanta, GA.
Yep. All right, then we get the Doctor of Style, Slick, coming out to induct the Big Boss Man. I was expecting so much more from Slick as he was always a favorite of mine and always had so much charisma, but he came off pretty boring. He talks about how Boss Man had one of the biggest hearts in the history of the business. He then introduces the Boss Man's widow, Angela, and his daughters, Lacey and Megan, who will accept the honor on his behalf. His daughter, Lacey, thanks WWE for keeping his father's legacy alive and that he would be so overjoyed. She tells a couple of stories of going to watch her father wrestle, one of which includes a night when he got a stink face from Rikishi. She said she had to explain to the kids at school that her dad didn't really kill a dog and feed it to someone. Bossman's wife, Angela, then brings out one of his nightsticks and said that this was used at home a lot, which I feel sounded naughtier than she actually meant it to be. And the crowd also thought that too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. She said she loved help. She said he loved helping out the community even to the day he died. She also remembers Rick Steiner being one of their roommates.
Yeah, it was very quick. Like the Slick introduction almost sounded like a eulogy.
Yeah. Well, he said he was acting like he was at church at first.
Well, like that's why I had promising hopes.
Yeah.
And it would be a good induction, but it sounded like a eulogy. Now, when the kids came out, I don't know, man. Like if your dad's or if your parent is going to get inducted into a Hall of Fame on such a big stage like this, practice. I know people get nervous, man, and I mean they were nervous, which is totally cool. It's fine. But your dad was a professional wrestler that traveled the world.
Yeah.
You would have thought that you didn't necessarily have to get into the business, but you would have thought that they would have stage presence. They would have confidence.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think he wanted them to know too much of what went on.
No, and I totally understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is, if your parents is in the limelight like that,
yeah,
then maybe, just maybe, they encourage you to get into drama, to be an athlete, to be on a bigger stage where presenting or being in front of a bunch of people where the light is shined right on you, where you blossom in that. So that's why I was shocked when basically two childs of former stars were shaky up there, man. It was just shaky.
Yeah. All right. So next we have John Cena coming out to induct our celebrity inductee Snoop Dogg.
Wait. John Cena sucks. Dude, here's the thing. I know we're talking about the Hall of Fame, but he needs to be done. Like you're done. The John Cena sucks is not the Kurt Angle you suck.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's he needs to be finished, man. Sorry, I just want to add that in
Turn heel or something.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I think we're gonna have to have that as a topic one day. Should John Cena turn heel? Because it's so many implications. But we'll continue on with the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah. Well, these next couple of months will probably be kind of slow, so we might be able to, add that into one of our shows.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So John Cena comes out to induct our celebrity inductee Snoop Dogg. Cena says Snoop has been in more WrestleManias than 10 superstars on the card at WrestleMania 32.
Which was crazy.
Which is not that impressive because 9 of those 10 are making their debut.
Well, it's still when you say that though, like you typically have a WrestleMania full of stars, stock stars. But yeah, this WrestleMania was the anomaly where 9 were brand new to the WWE. Yeah. So it was a little weird. It was crazy.
Yeah. He appreciates Snoop's love of the WWE. Snoop comes out and takes a selfie with the crowd in the background. He gives a shout out to Sasha. Says he remembers taking her to WrestleMania 24. He is very proud of her and all of her accomplishments. And to end the speech, he raps for the crowd.
Enough said, man. It's Snoop Dogg.
Yep. All right. Next, we got the widow of the Warrior, Dana Warrior, to give out the Warrior Award to Joan London. So I got to thinking, she was obviously in the audience when Warrior talked about what he wanted the award to be in his Hall of Fame speech. So why and how has she allowed WWE to change the concept of the award from what he wanted to something completely different?
First of all, did you see her?
Yeah.
Did you see what excellent shape that she's in?
Yeah.
Did you see how, screw her age, you would probably screw her?
Yeah.
They're giving her a platform, man. I mean, they could have said, we're going to give it out to the Brooklyn Brawler every year, but we'll hold your family down and we'll support your foundation. So,
yeah.
She's taking care of her people, but it does give her a chance to be on camera, and maybe she can expand upon this like she did by putting the Warrior doll there,
Yeah.
But she's in incredible shape, my friend.
Yep. She comes out with a Warrior Hasbro action figure. She's going old school with that thing. Not even a more recent figure of him.
Yeah.
He talks about how much she has learned a lot about wrestling in the last 2 years. I said, really? You just come around once a year. How can you learn that much?
Well, no. Here's the thing that I noticed when she was out there. First of all, yes, she's older, but you can tell she was like the beach blonde and the hot chick. And to some aspects, maybe the trophy wife or the dumb blonde.
Yeah.
So maybe Warrior kept her away from all this stuff, and she took care of the kids, or maybe did other things. But yeah, I mean, she didn't seem like she was around the business or anything like that.
Yeah. She says that they are counting down the days until her daughter Maddie's in-ring debut. She talks about how Joan London told Robin Roberts she was going into warrior mode to fight cancer. She talks about how Warrior had great respect for Linda McMahon, and that's why he chose her to be his inductor in 2014. Not sure what that has to do with Joan London or cancer, but okay. She says some more stuff, but I can't remember. Let's see. I get a really bad vibe from Dana Warrior for some reason, as I feel she really sold out the Warrior and is his name to stay in the spotlight. Would you agree?
Like I said, man, she's just capitalizing on her husband passing.
Yeah.
And to some extent, yeah, she's given a platform now.
Yeah.
And she hasn't let herself go, so she's trying her best to hold down herself and her family. I can't knock her for that, man.
Yep.
Listen, I didn't watch this segment.
I actually didn't either.
Okay, skip it then.
I read this off WrestleZone,
No, like I saw when she came out and she was bigging him up, and I just thought to myself, "Are you gonna talk about Warrior the whole time? It's supposed to be, you're inducting someone." When she did Warrior, I think I cut it off. So we can skip
Yeah.
that.
Well, let me run. I ain't got but like another 2 sentences.
Oh, good.
Joan comes out and does the usual WWE ego stroke, and then thanks Warrior and Daniel Warrior. Not sure why, as neither had anything to do with her receiving this award nor helping her fight cancer. In fact, I doubt she even knew who Warrior was before receiving this award. That's it.
Shred, this is the thing. You took that really seriously.
What?
The fact that Warrior meant that the Warrior Award should go to somebody like backstage and um it should go to someone that was a warrior behind the scenes that made all of these things happen on TV for all of us fans
I
versus
wasn't the
giving
only
it
one that
out,
took it that serious, though.
huh?
I said I wasn't the only one that took it like that.
Oh, no. And I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying that you are.
Yeah.
My thing is I think it's elevated a little bit more now that it's the Warrior Award
Yeah.
and it's going out to uh, cancer patients and survivors of cancer. Because at the end of the day, man, it gives her a platform, dude. And, that's probably going to be a segment on the Hall of Fame show. So she gets a gig every year.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I look at it. I'm not saying that it's going against his wishes, but maybe the WWE spruced it up to make them look better.
Oh yeah, they definitely did that.
And so, she gets to come out there looking hot for a 50-year-old woman.
Yep. All right, and finally, we get to the main event of the Hall of Fame as Ric Flair comes out to induct Sting.
Do it, wait. Do it one time, Trent.
What?
Do it one time.
What?
Woo!
Woo!
Good.
Ric Flair starts out by immediately paying respect to Roddy Piper and Dusty Rhodes, and of course, in less than 5 minutes, we have a crying Ric Flair. If I was a betting man, I would start betting on how long it would take for Flair to cry at these Hall of Fame shows, and I would go with less than 5 minutes. He was also crying on the red carpet, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, wow.
He then gives a shout out to Charlotte since Snoop gave one to Sasha. He then talks about his Clash of the Champions match with Sting and how Sting hung with him the entire 55 minutes and wasn't even breathing heavy. He told Sting many times to go to WCW, but Sting was loyal to the NWA WCW. He says that him and Sting had a routine order of moves they would do in their matches. And one time Sting wanted to change it up and he said, why fix it if it ain't broke? Sting comes out and says he owes Ric Flair everything. He talks about starting out on the road with Warrior. He talks about all the strange, obscure merchandise that had his likeness on it. He talks about how a lot of kids dressed up for him as Halloween. He jokes about some of the crazy stuff he did in WCW, like RoboCop and the White Castle of Fear mini movie. He talks about his life being a complete mess behind the scenes until he turned to God, and when that happened, all the pieces of his life started coming back together. He is glad he could brag about wrestling at Wrestlemania, and I put, yeah, but it wasn't against the guy you wanted it to be against, and it was just a way of Vince sticking the final nail in the WCW coffin. He then announces his retirement, and he puts on his sunglasses and grabs his bat and walks off to end the show.
All right, so you had Sting out there just being an honest man, which I can't really not do. I I was a big fan of Sting ever since he won the title from Ric Flair at the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
I popped heavy when he mentioned RoboCop because I watched that pay-per-view over and over and over, where he's in the cage and RoboCop comes out and breaks the cage door in simple robotic fashion. Probably faster than it takes Great Khali to come down the ramp of WWE. But dude, it was a good speech. I didn't really know if Sting battle with demons, as they say.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff isn't for us to know. You just know that there's periods of time where he leaves wrestling and then comes back.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you got a good summary of how he feels about the business. It's to put smiles on faces, right?
Yep.
So that's really all he cares about. Like, at the end of it, the crowd was chanting one more match, one more match, one more match. Now, it would have been freaking awesome if he would have said, maybe, or if he even mentioned The Undertaker. But this was his moment, and he went out how he wanted to go out. I thought the, hey, never say never thing, or don't believe, or whatever he said at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe could have been foreshadowing of him interfering in the Undertaker match the next night.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he goes out how he wanted to go out, and even on the WrestleMania show, it was kind of lackluster. So
yeah,
that's Sting, man. That's Sting.
Yep. So, what do you think of the Hall of Fame as a whole?
Well, Trent, this was the first one that I actually watched.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was a good show. I think I'll definitely watch more. The persons that induct the candidates were awesome. I really liked the storytelling, and like I said, this was my first time watching it, and a very good show to watch for the first time.
Yeah, and well, you don't have the network, but on the network they have all of the Hall of Fames from years past.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have to check out some of those. Obviously, I might kind of dive into particular persons, but it was a good show, dude. Like, it was a really good show. I found myself watching it and thinking I was zoned out, but I was interested to hear, particular stories, and obviously the the scheduling or the booking of the inductors. It makes for great television. So.
And it went what, about 3.5 hours, wasn't it?
I didn't really pay attention, man, because like I didn't really pay attention. But yeah, it was definitely longer than 2, maybe 3 hours. Yeah. I mean, because keep in mind, I didn't watch the Joan London part. So.
Yeah. All right, so you ready to get to WrestleMania 32?
WrestleMania, man, let's do it. Let's do it, my friend.
All right, so on the kickoff show, the first match was Kalisto retaining the United States Championship against Ryback. I gave this match 3 stars. This match happened in front of a very small crowd because people were having trouble getting into the stadium for some reason.
Yeah, so what did it look like, man? Like, I was looking at WrestleMania trying to get the last little tidbits of maybe guest spots, and I saw that. So, like, what did it look like? In, like, when they were having the match, was the lower dome full or what?
Yeah. Hey, hold on a second, all right?
All right, cool.
All right, I'm back.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it was pretty bare there for their match.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm a big UFC fan.
Yeah.
So when you watch the prelims, you see that typically.
Right.
Like, I didn't think that would have ever happened at a WWE event. But that was kind of weird to see. Like, wow, man, like that sucked because people were mad, man, like that they weren't getting in. So crazy.
There are pictures on Twitter and stuff of people, I mean, you could see it was like a huge crowd crowded in there, but not being able to get in.
And once again, when you're watching the Kalisto Ryback match, how many people can you see? I know it's different because they obviously had an entrance. Like, did they mask their entrance to not show empty seats, or did it still look full? Like, how did it look?
I mean, you could tell there were seats empty, but I mean, it was the first match, so you expect it to be kind of empty,
Okay.
You'll just have to go back and see, which I actually recommend going back and watching this pre-show, because for a pre-show, it was pretty good.
All right, cool.
At least just watch the matches,
Yeah, definitely. I'll get back and do it.
I said this match was a typical big man versus little man match with nothing real special happening. The finish came when Ryback tried to powerbomb Kalisto onto an exposed turnbuckle, but Kalisto counters it and sends Ryback face first into the buckle, and then hits the Salida del Sol to retain the title. So, decent match.
All right.
All right, next match we have the Total Divas versus Team Bad and Blonde. And this match actually got 2.5 stars from me because it totally exceeded my expectations and got a decent amount of time. The match let all 10 women shine, especially Emma, who I feel was in the match majority of the time, and she took full advantage.
Because she's the only good worker on that team.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Well, Naomi's also on there.
Oh yeah, sure. Did Naomi get the Chun-Li kicks in?
She did.
Yes, that's all I care about. I'm done.
My other girl, Eva Marie, got in some good spots, and even with the crowd booing her as if she had murdered all their families, she didn't let it bother her and didn't botch anything. The finish came when all the divas kept doing their finishers on each other, and Brie finally locks in Naomi for the yes lock and the win.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
What about Lana and Brie? What was the interaction there?
Not that much, really.
Yeah, okay. All right, well.
Lana, I don't think she even did that much in the match.
Yeah, I mean, I saw her outfit. That's all I really care about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is what it is.
I said, it's great even when the lesser of the two women's matches with some of the less talented women of the roster in it is at least watchable.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah. This was the retirement match for Brie Bella, who celebrated with her team, and then Nikki makes her way down to the ring for some reason in her wrestling gear. And
yeah,
I'm like, why? You're not wrestling. You don't have to be wrestling gear. I mean, especially with that big neck brace, that looked definitely weird.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And she celebrated with her sister and the other Total Divas, and that was it.
All right, next match.
All right, next we got the Usos versus the Usos defeating the Dudley Boys. I gave this match 2 stars. This was the most basic of tag matches. The only highlight of the match was Bubba screaming at the Usos about their father and how they kicked his ass, and now they're going to kick theirs. It was a really short match. Post-match, the Dudleys go to get the tables, but as they get into the ring, Usos hit both Dudleys with super kicks and put both Dudleys through tables with double splashes.
Okay, all right, cool. And then they have a tables match on Raw, which is kind of crazy. So, all right, okay.
All right, so we ready for the main show now.
All right, so those were 3 matches that spanned over, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, well, it was about an hour. First hour was mostly talking.
Okay. All right, okay. I was just trying to get, okay, cool. All right, cool. That's cool. So, Wrestlemania, man, let's do it.
All right. So, first off, did you like Fifth Harmony's rendition of American?
No, stop it. Stop it. Don't do it. It was cool. I
wasn't a fan of it.
I didn't even know who Fifth Harmony was. So it was cool.
Yeah, it was all right, I guess. They had better.
Oh man. I thought the first question you were gonna ask me was, so what did you think about the ladder match? Oh man. All right, go ahead, man.
All right. So now, what did you think about the ladder match?
Oh, now you want it that way. It was good, man. After seeing Shinsuke and Sammy punch each other to death,
yeah,
I was kind of tired of seeing that, especially with him and Kevin Owens. Like that's their like go-to spot now.
Yeah.
It was good, man. Dude, honestly, we had talked about this before. The move is definitely Sammy and Kevin Owens down the line, maybe something. Mm-hmm. So Kevin Owens didn't need to win this match.
No.
And obviously midway through, like I kind of got that feeling. And so I thought Miz was gonna win. And when Ryder won it, I was going crazy, man, because they said this was his first time even hearing his music played at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And I mean, like a story like that was cool. It kind of gave it away when his dad just jumped into the ring, but it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah. Let's see. They had Sami Zayn. He flipped through the ladder onto the outside. That was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to the other matches, but yeah, that was a good spot. Now when Sin Cara was atop the ladder and just fell from the heavens onto Stardust and broke the ladder, that was another crazy spot too.
Yeah, and Stardust also had the polka dot ladder in honor of Dusty.
That was cool. That was cool. Like first it was his outfit, but then when he brought out the ladder, that was awesome.
Yeah. And did you notice how, like, even though it was a ladder match, it felt like they were trying to be more safe than ever to not cause any major injuries?
Well, I obviously thought that. For some reason, I kept thinking, well, this isn't a TLC match.
Yeah.
So, they kept it to ladders. I don't think people went through tables.
No.
I don't think anyone got hit with chairs. So, leaving it a ladder match, it wasn't like they were like they eliminated risk, but it was kind of a dumbed down version of a Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
And my last note on this match is I never wanted to be Zack Ryder more now that he's the Intercontinental Champion and has Emma by his side.
I was thinking that same thing. I was like, Trent is going crazy right now because Emma has a champion as a boyfriend.
Yep. And she might get involved, which we'll talk about later in his feud.
Okay, cool.
Whether she will or not, I don't know, but she might.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
And I gave this match 4 stars.
Okay. I mean, I can't really knock you there. I mean, it was a good opening match. It was a good opening match.
Yep. All right, next we have Chris Jericho defeating AJ Styles. I give this match 3.5 stars.
Solid match all around. I didn't like the fact that Jericho won.
Nope.
But it was a solid match.
Yep. But it was solid, but it felt like it was, I guess because I was expecting it to be, 5-star or, higher than it was.
Well, here are 2 things that I took from the match. And this was kind of the feel throughout the entire night. If the previous match before was awesome, it like they let the match build.
Yeah.
So it started out, I'm talking from the crowd's perspective.
Yeah.
The crowd slowly got into it, and at the end they were totally pumped. Cheering for false finishes and all that stuff. But dude, when you hit the Style Splash at WrestleMania and Chris Jericho kicks out of it, I know this is false finish heaven at WrestleMania, but I was like, dude, I don't have a problem with Jericho winning, even though I didn't like it, but I think that took away from the match a little bit, So it should have been AJ's time, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, he could put Fandango over, but he's not gonna put AJ over.
I mean, we'll get to that later in the
show. Yeah. All right, next we have the League of Nations defeating New Day, and I gave this match a star and 3/4.
Okay. All right. Well, we already know what happened, but here's where we criticize WrestleMania. Okay. The extras didn't need to happen. Yes, they needed to happen, but they didn't need to happen in the length of time that they were given, or the length of time that they probably went over.
Yeah.
I didn't think it made any sense for Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Austin to even be together. But you knew they were going to be on the show, so that was cool. Yeah. Obviously, the beer bath and the stunners were cool. The audible to Xavier Woods where Stone Cold stuns him was awesome, but it was too long, dude. Like, it was too long. It wasn't too long at the time, but we'll get to that later too. But you know exactly what I'm saying. Match, you disregard the match. But oh man, it was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I said the best part of the match were before and after the bells.
Oh yeah.
The entrance. What do you think of the entrance?
I thought the entrance was very creative. For some reason, like if like they promote bootios, but they came out of the box though, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that make them booty? I don't know what that means. I don't even know why I'm going down this road, but
Yeah.
it was crazy. I heard that to get that shipped in because they had to ship it in took 17 hours,
Oh wow.
and they had to build it the day of. Like they couldn't the all of the pieces for that. Like they didn't have the assembly time to do that in Dallas.
Yeah.
So they had to have that shipped in, and it took 17 hours to get it there, and then they had to create it. So
I wonder what those bootio things were made of, like styrofoam or something, probably.
yeah, like I think Xavier had it on his trumpet on Monday night, so
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, and then they also said they were wearing gear that was Dragon Ball Z inspired.
Yeah. I got the reference. I don't know if other people did.
I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, so I had no clue.
I don't watch Dragon Ball Z either, but seeing the outfit and looking at Xavier with his hair like that,
yeah,
that was the first thing that I thought of. Like, I mean, dude, we're referring to the show creator of Up Up Down Down. He's obviously gonna come with something creative like that. So that was definitely cool.
Yeah. And if we wanted to get in Dragon Ball Z, we need our buddy Willie for that. He's the guy to go to for Dragon Ball Z.
Shout out to Willie.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And next match, Brock Lesnar defeated Dean Ambrose in a no-hold-barred street fight. And I gave the match 3 1/4 star.
It was a good match. I think we both overhyped this match.
Yeah.
Not knowing where it would land, where it landed. It was a good match for where it was.
Right. But it was in the middle of the show, like I said.
It was in the middle of the show. And it was in the middle of the show. You got that right.
Yeah.
And we tried to do the order. But yeah, it was in the middle of the show. It was like the main event for every hour or something like that. It was crazy.
Yep. I felt for everything going into this match, it felt underwhelming. You know. But it was like any Brock match. He suplexes people, and then Ambrose tried to come back, and he would suplex him some more, and then the finish.
That's what I've been saying forever and a day, man. Suplex. Kick in the balls. That's exactly what I said. I mean, it's fun if you're in the crowd and you're counting the suplexes.
Yeah.
But, it's just not watchable, dude.
I really thought this was going to be Ambrose's night, but I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, we will see. We'll see if both of them come out looking better. But, it was a typical match.
Yep. All right, next we have the match of the night. Wow, I never thought I'd be saying that. It's Charlotte defeating Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks to win the first ever WWE Women's Championship.
Okay, so here's the thing. Earlier when you mentioned Sammy going through the ladder.
Yeah.
Didn't Sasha have like a flip similar to that?
Yeah, she did, and it about scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, this was everything about this match was good.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced.
I gave it 4.5 stars, by the way.
Okay, they gave okay. Look, let me just start from square one. The entrances were cool.
Mm-hmm.
The announcers gave extras for each entrance, like. Obviously, Sasha came out with the girl that does the theme music, and she came out with a little remix by Snoop and got escorted in. Mm-hmm. But the announcers were talking about her outfit being inspired by Eddie Guerrero, and in the match, she was basically channeling Latino heat. Like she was doing all of Eddie in the match, which was cool.
Yeah. And
then when Charlotte came out, they said that her robe was like made from the pieces of one of Ric Flair's ropes, I think from the match where he had against Shawn, where he retired, right?
Right.
Yeah. So like, dude, little things like that make it big. Mm-hmm. Like it make the stage bigger than it is. The match was good. Like
Becky didn't get anything special though, really.
nah, Becky didn't have anything special, but like you got to think about it. Sasha and Charlotte just come down to the ring like there's nothing else. Becky has the the comic book style with the smoke going in the air. Yeah, like she has that already. So she didn't really have to do anything to her.
Yep.
One more thing to get to was I don't know if you feel the same way, man, but when we're watching those three, like they keep surprising you. Like they keep doing new things. So like the crowd was into it, but they were like, what are they gonna do next?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just seems like those three get the leeway to be creative in the ring. Like I don't think I saw anything from them that I had seen in the 10 matches previous. I like the ending. Like we said before, Sasha and Charlotte is what they're building to. So Charlotte should retain. Obviously, she was going to beat Becky. The question was how. And with Rick pulling Sasha back, it was a great ending. Just a good match.
Yeah.
Very good match.
And Charlotte done that beautiful moonsault to the outside.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. Everybody looked good in this match, man. Period. I mean, Becky lost, but somebody has to lose.
Yeah.
And like Becky was for the most part, it was Becky and Charlotte, and Sasha would come in and do something quick and then get out of the picture again, which was cool. Like that was awesome, man.
Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about how they were hyping this whole women's thing up, but yet Charlotte has to depend on a man to help her win to hold Sasha back.
That's cool. At the end of the day, it's a triple threat match.
Yeah.
So either you knock somebody out or you take them out of the match, and that, with her being a heel, allow her to knock Sasha out of the match when it really counted. Like we've all thought of this, man, and we definitely want one of those three to go through a table. We definitely want them to go through the announce table. Not because we want to see that kind of violence, but they're superstars.
Yeah. Which that's what they're called them now, too,
Yeah. So
they're on the same level as the guys.
Yeah. So if you have Rick aiding his daughter in becoming a better heel by holding Sasha back, you still deny Sasha that win, which sets up something bigger. But it keeps all of those three intertwined, which gives Sasha even more of energy to want to win the belt and prove them wrong.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, that dive that Sasha done, oh my gosh, I thought she landed on her head.
Yeah, I had to watch that back. I was like, wow, whoa.
I mean, what was she doing? I mean, she just decided to flip at the last second.
Well, that's what, when you mentioned Sammy doing it through the ladder, I was like, didn't Sasha do that? But like, she kind of dove more and then like curled at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know how it was supposed to be, but that's what she did, So and I'm luckily she didn't get injured.
No, I know. With this kind of quality matches, do you think we could see a women's match main event in a pay-per-view?
It's gonna depend on what pay-per-view it is.
You don't think it would be Mania? You don't think they'll ever main event Mania?
Yes, I do. Let me just start by saying that. Yes, I do. Pay-per-view or Night of Champions or whatever. Yeah. But I also think that it's going to take a lot more, like a Ronda Rousey being there, like a Misha Tate being there, like a
go ahead. In the MMA world there, Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah. I mean,
I love the Paige Van Zandt.
At the end of the day, they're going to have to be in the main event consistently, like AJ was. Whether it's through promo or whether it's through just great talent like Trish and Lita, where they main evented on Raw.
I don't think they're better than Trish and Lita ever were.
Yeah, I think that too. But I'm just saying, like, if they get the opportunity, it won't be by happenstance. It'll be because they earned it, and
Right.
people want to see that, and they could build it as a co-main event, but have them go on last.
Yep. All right. I guess is that all for that match?
Dude, we can talk about that match all day, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because we only got so long.
Right.
All right. Next up, we have The Undertaker defeating Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match. I gave this match 3.5 stars.
What do you? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say what you need to say.
First off, I like Shane's entrance. It was something simple, but it was kind of cool, with his kids.
Yeah. Plus, he had the money coming down the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I actually thought at one point when I was coming down there that they would actually get involved in the match.
And dude, you're not alone in thinking that. Like, I thought Undertaker might pummel Shane so much that the kids would beg him to stop. Or something. Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah. The match was hindered by knowing something big was going to happen the entire time. So I'm watching, either waiting for someone to interfere, which I was surprised nobody didn't, or for Shane to do something crazy and not being able to fully concentrate on the match because of this.
And here's the thing: if you're a smart mark, you ruin the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly how I felt watching this match. And if I had no idea what was supposed to go on, or what was hyped to go on, or what the dirt sheets were saying, or what I had read, or whatever, I probably would have enjoyed this match a lot more. I probably would have had the same feel that I had when I watched Taker and Mankind, and Mankind went off and through the cage.
Yeah.
But knowing what I think I know, or knowing what the wrestling fans and the viewers of the Wrestling Fans podcast want, it totally ruined this match for me, dude.
Yeah.
It's just honestly,
Yep. And
like,
also, there were logic issues with Shane kicking out of moves he should have never kicked out of, like the last ride or the choke slam on the steps.
yeah, I mean, I saw that, but you gotta suspend belief, like Shane's not as great as he was built to be that night. But I guess they could have added, he's fighting for control of Raw, so he can't quit and all this other stuff. But I don't know, man. It to me it was lackluster. He didn't even hit the Van Daminator, right? Or sorry, the Van Terminator. I don't know. I saw him missing the announce table spot by like a mile.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just we and I say we as in me and you, not being French.
Yeah.
We built this to have smoke and mirrors. Now there definitely were smoke and mirrors. There were wire cutters.
Yeah.
There were trash cans, and there were
steel steps.
Yeah, steel steps. There were 20-foot suicide falls.
Mm-hmm.
But
it still wasn't as many as I thought there'd be.
And it I don't know, man. It was a little slow, but hey, it was a good match if I wasn't such a wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep. And I did like the stuff they did, like with Shane putting him in like the triangle choke and stuff.
Yeah, like they kept him very involved with MMA stuff.
Yeah. And the spot where Taker puts him in Hell's Gate and he counters it into a sharpshooter.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Taker's so big that he couldn't really get it on. That was crazy. That was funny.
Yeah. Did you think, like, when after he dived off and did you think that Shane was going to somehow roll him up real quick or something?
When he did what now?
Okay, like, when after Shane had dived off the cage and Undertaker picks him up and puts him back in the ring, did you think that there was any way that Shane was going to like roll him up and pin him or something real quick?
Nah, what I thought was they were doing that whole storyline, or it makes for a good visual for the Undertaker to taunt him, and then Shane still taunts him back, similar to the
Undertaker match.
yeah, when Shawn smacks him and all that other stuff. So that was just a little swan song of like end it. If you're man enough, end it then. Blah blah blah. So that was typical for a WrestleMania match.
Yeah. So wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting something else more. But I guess it was all right.
Yeah.
It made even less sense the night after, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Oh.
Okay, so what came after this match? Was it the Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So, Battle Royal, Baron Corbin wins it. I gave it 1 star. Shaquille O'Neal, I never expected that.
Yeah, after a while with hearing who wasn't in it, who was in it, and surprise entrances and all this other stuff, it was kind of cool to have him as one of the surprise entrances. Obviously, man, it gave it a little bit more luster than what we thought it was going to be. But, after hearing so many months that Braun Strowman, it was a little swerve, and it was a pretty good swerve.
Yeah.
And still somewhat of a giant wins it. So it was cool, and it gave Baron Corbin something to his resume.
Yeah. And we also had Tatanka and DDP in the match as the mystery people.
Yeah, it almost seems like a small Royal Rumble, but DDP got to hit the Diamond Cutter. That was cool. Never really was a fan of Tatanka, but he was in it. Whatever.
He's gained a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a prediction that next year we will see Shaquille O'Neal versus the Big Show at WrestleMania.
Nah, I doubt it.
You don't think that?
No, I like. Remember when
they teased it?
Yeah, like I remember when they teased it, and I think both of them are past that now. But it still probably gave you enough of the enjoyment that you would have had if they had a match.
Yeah. And could you see this though? Him going in the Hall of Fame next year. Shaquille.
Oh yeah, it's in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll probably go into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Then we got this Rock, Wyatt family, John Cena segment.
No, listen. This is where I kind of gave up and said, "What the heck is going on, man?"
Yeah.
First of all, we're past 3 hours.
Yeah, that's the first note I said. I said this is where the show really started to feel long for me.
And I mean, it didn't necessarily feel like it was going on and on and on and never gonna end. But I'm just like, why? You don't need this.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, the flamethrower not needed.
No.
Him.
I was like, what movies he's doing that weapon's involved in it?
Right. When he gets in and announces the attendance record, somebody else could have did that.
The field the attendance record. The record that WWE, hypes bigger than what it really is.
Yeah, I think it took like 2 days later, but the official one was 97 something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was not needed. Now I say this knowing good and well that it was needed because you needed reasons to set that record. You needed WrestleMania to be bigger than life, so you needed Rock and Cena to come out there, which I get, but it just wasn't needed. You had already passed the 3 hour mark. You didn't need it. You already had Stone Cold, Shawn, and Mick to give you that Hall of Famer superstar status pop. You didn't need it.
Yeah, but they had to have Rock somewhere.
But you had to have Rock somewhere, and that was the thing. I think that was the thing that put them in the corner. Where do we put Rock?
Cena somewhere.
But you didn't need Cena.
He wasn't really even advertised.
You did not need Cena. He was not advertised at all. And he didn't. What are they going to become a tag team now? You didn't need him.
Yeah.
So
And he wasn't even on Raw the next night.
you didn't need Cena to be there.
Nope.
Rock being there only gave you, the promise that he was going to come out and do something. But you didn't
those
need
poor
that.
Wyatts. I feel sorry for those guys.
No, I felt blessed to have them on the show because that showed them, well, that showed us that they weren't completely forgotten about, and
Right.
that they were able to, Bray was able to at least get on the mic with Rock. And the thing about Rock is, man, he's good at counter punching.
Yeah.
But it takes him a while to do it.
Right.
Like back when you're watching this stuff on Raw and SmackDown back in the day, it was cool. But now it's like, dude, know what you need to say, man.
Yeah.
All Rock does is repeat what you say like 3 times and then thinks of something.
Yeah. Man, and I mean, it just takes him, like, just getting to the ring took him forever, The Rock.
It didn't need to happen, man. You're already over 3 hours. It didn't need to happen.
Right.
Glad that it happened, because at the end of the day, you had this spectacle, and they made it a spectacle, but you didn't need it. You didn't need it.
No. And they I'm guessing they was trying to set another record for the shortest match, which they didn't even do because I still think Chavo and Kane was shorter.
You didn't need this, man. He's talking about we're gonna set records and we're gonna set records, and the foreshadowing was that he was gonna beat, and he beat Eric Rowan, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't need it, man. You didn't need it.
No.
You didn't need it. So you're gonna have a match and then have John Cena come in at the end, like after you already paraded around with a flamethrower. You didn't need it, dude. It was just not needed.
Nope. And after all that debacle, we have our main event with Roman Reigns defeating Triple H for the WWE World Championship, and I gave that match 2.5 stars.
Wasn't a good match, but
No.
we figured out how they were going to solve the problem of Roman Reigns being booed at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Did you catch on to that?
They keeping him hit. They're gonna turn him heel.
No. Oh no. What they did to block out the boos
They
didn't have to mute it, dude. And I might be totally wrong, but if you go back and look at it, they did the firework display, right?
Yeah.
And that firework display pretty much was at least 80% of his celebration.
Yeah.
So if you got the fireworks popping, you can't hear the boos.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I was like, oh, because that's the only thing I was trying to figure out is like, at some point this match is gonna end and he's gonna win. Did I think, did we think he was gonna turn on someone? Yes. Did we think he was gonna turn heel in that moment? Yes. And when that didn't happen, I'm like, okay, well, you're about to get booed heavy. What are they about to do? And they pan to the outside with the blunt shot of the fireworks. So they took care of that and they dodged the bullet. Now we're gonna get into Raw, and they didn't dodge it there.
No.
But overall,
I also love Triple H's entrance.
Oh no, my bad. I forgot about Triple H's entrance. I didn't understand it at first, but that was a hell of an entrance, man.
Yeah.
It almost reminded me of. Go ahead.
I said Stephanie was looking pretty good. She looked like the Stephanie from like 2000 to 2002 again.
Yeah, like that young Stephanie, like that rebel Stephanie. Yeah, like the corporate Stephanie with the dresses and stuff. But that young Stephanie with the heels and like just wearing tight stuff.
Yeah. With
curly hair instead of straight. Yeah. Not really a Stephanie fan, but I do like that look better. This reminded me of when Stone Cold went up against Shawn. Not that they're on the same level, but remember Shawn had the entrance like with the music and stuff.
Yeah.
And he has somewhat of a celebratory entrance.
Yeah.
And then just or like Stone Cold came out and just with nothing, like just I'm pissed at the world and I don't need any of that.
Right.
Roman did the same thing. Like they didn't give anything to Roman, dude.
Yeah, and they done that also with Triple H and Batista too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, this was your last match. I would have thought they would have gave something to the Roman Empire. They did do something. They had the little Roman Empire on the star,
Yeah.
and the delay with him doing the Superman punch and fireworks going off, but it was nowhere near the spectacle that Triple H had with his entrance.
No. So that was WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, a WrestleMania like that will live on forever, dude.
Yeah.
The 5 hour/7 hour WrestleMania.
Yeah. And I feel now that they've done it and they see they can get away with it, we might be seeing that every year now.
Well, like I said before, man, like I, tried to envision, they control their pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a time limit on pay-per-view or cable or anything. They
Nope.
have their own network.
Yeah.
They can have that as long as they want, which I thought played a big part in that because I didn't think it was gonna end.
No. I mean, it was going and going. I thought, my gosh.
Yeah, man. Dude, I didn't realize it was going on forever until you had Rock come out,
Yeah.
talk for a little bit, get involved with the Wyatts, have a match, then get jumped, then have another entrance by Cena, and then they clear the house. And it's like, what?
And then they had to
Ridiculous.
stand there for a couple of minutes, just posing and stuff.
Right, like the soak it out. I'm like, what is going on, man? What is going on?
Yep.
But then that all leads up to the Raw after WrestleMania, dude. I was so pumped for this Raw because I was waiting for a million things. Will the Balor Club come out? Will Bailey be there? Will you still have some kind of interaction between Roman and Triple H? Will Cena and Rock do something? What happens in the presentation of the WWE Women's Championship? But let's get into it, man.
All right. Do you have the actual Raw thing up so that we can go segment by segment?
We don't have to go segment by segment, but obviously at the start of the show, you know it's going to be a crazy show.
Yeah.
I didn't really like the fact that the announcers were like, "Hey, this is a Raw after WrestleMania."
Yeah. And they were really harping on how passionate the crowd and how different the crowd is.
Dude, here's the thing. I don't know if they planned that. Like if there's words up on the jumbotron at the top of the ceiling saying chant this, if they worked on that.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough beers in life to make me do all that stuff that they were doing, man. I mean, they were singing stuff.
Yeah.
So
I remember there was even a beach ball going around during the show.
Oh, wow. All I know is when JBL and Michael Cole and Braxton
Saxton.
Damn it, I keep messing that up. It was like they were coached to say, look, this is gonna be one of those nights. The crowd is gonna cheer for the bad guys and boo the good guys. I'm like, are you really doing this right now?
Like we know it's gonna be like that. You don't have to tell us.
But no, if you didn't know that it was gonna be like that, the crowd still went above and beyond, which made me think that it was a work, like it was planned.
Yeah.
But you get the kickoff to it with Vince basically doing a 180.
Yeah.
So that match meant nothing as far as control. If you're gonna give control over to Shane,
the whole month leading up to it meant nothing either.
Like that is ridiculous to me, dude. That was ridiculous to me. Did I like the direction that they went in with him in control, or as far as the show's sake with him in control? Yeah, it was cool. But that was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That was stupid.
Yep.
Then you got you have Shane come out and accept all the stuff. But the next segment was the League of Nations and New Day where they finally kick out King Barry.
Yep.
But once again, this crowd is raucous.
Oh yeah.
Like Trent, I'm serious, man. I wonder if they told the talent, like, look, we're gonna soup this up and we're gonna make this bigger than what it is, and we're gonna let them get their leeway. But dude, they interrupted everybody's promo. They interrupted everything. Like they hijacked the show. Not in a bad way, but it made it feel more indie, dude.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool. But it can kind of mess up superstar up if they're not ready for that. Which you saw with like
somebody else definitely later.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it was, they kicked King Barrett out. That was basically the point of that segment, right?
And I expect in the future one of the future pay-per-views will have a member of League of Nations against Barrett in a loser leaves WWE match.
Yeah, like I thought he should have been gone by now, but maybe they play that up to where he leaves, or
I think it's like June, maybe.
Oh, it's June.
I think, yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know when it was. I thought it was before WrestleMania, so that's why I was shocked to see him still involved with matches. But okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
If I'm not forgetting anything, I think the next item was Roman Reigns.
I think so.
Roman Reigns.
No, we got Apollo.
Oh yeah, Apollo Crews. Good to see you on Raw, my friend. Sorry you had to slaughter Tyler Breeze, who just got promoted to Raw, but it was cool. I think people were delighted to see Apollo.
Yeah.
They didn't geek out for him.
But are these like going to be permanent members in the main roster, or are these just like showcase matches?
Dude, with the number of talent that were on the WrestleMania show,
yeah,
that may be still injured or that deserve a night off. Yep. I don't know. I don't know. Like I mean, that's why I was so intrigued with this show, because they pushed a lot of talent on the show, but you don't know if they're going to be there next week.
Yeah.
And I thought it pushed it in a different direction, but you just never know.
Nope. We also had the Raw villains debuting on SmackDown too.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if people are giving the week off or if this is the new move, dude. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so then you got Roman Reigns, right?
Yep.
All right, so Roman comes out. It's short and to the point, like I said, which I think they're trying to establish. Just keep it short and sweet and get out of there.
Yep.
And you set up the same old storyline that they always do. 4 competitors come out and say, I deserve a shot, whatever.
Right.
And they set up a fatal 4-way at the end of the night, which was cool. So you got AJ, you got Chris Jericho, you got Sami Zayn. Sorry, I had to get that out. And Kevin Owens, fight.
Yep.
So that that's gonna be a heck of a
main event.
That'll be an outstanding main event.
Yep. And did Roman seem a little bit more sarcastic and cocky than usual to you?
Well, here's the thing, man. I think that he knows the shorter I'm out there, the more impactful I can be.
Yeah.
He hit it right on the head when he says, hey, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the good guy either.
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. Exactly. So that's all he had to say, man.
Yeah.
And once he said that, they went on to other people, which was cool.
Yep.
Maybe he will embrace his heel aspect or the heel side, but we'll see.
Yep.
Now going from that champion to the women's championship, right?
Well, no, we got Corbin versus Ziggler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is right. Corbin wins this, doesn't he? Oh no, it's a like double count out or something.
Double count out, yeah.
Yeah.
but he beats the crap out of Ziggler.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's a good way to make him look like a badass, doing that.
Yeah, because you got to think about it, man. Some people don't watch NXT.
Yeah.
And some people only watch WWE. So he may get a fresh start in seeing as he won the Battle Royal. And now he comes on Raw and just destroys Ziggler.
Yep. And then next we got the Ryder Miz thing.
Oh, crap. Okay, so you were a fan of Maurice, right?
I definitely was.
Obviously, she's gotten older. I just thought she was a little bit more bubbly, a little bit more thicker. I don't know. I thought her face was a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't.
She will be in competition with Eva for my hottest diva.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't looking at her face when she was on WWE. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but it's just I didn't like it. The fact that Ryder lost.
Yeah.
I like the way the story, the match was planned out.
Especially to the Miz. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything.
No, but he's won that belt so many times, and they never do anything with him with it.
Well, let me ask you this: what has a higher value right now, the IC or the US?
IC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Miz has that. I think he'll be able to have different matches and keep that belt circulating.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes back to Ambrose. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. That was an interesting segment. I didn't ever expect Maurice to come back.
Yeah, and then to be able to jump the guardrail and
so it was Ryder's dad.
Yeah, just get in his face without nobody tackling her or anything. Like you knew it was a plan. Like I knew it was Maurice, but like I said, and this is the perfect huh?
The people there didn't. I was listening to some show, then they had a guy that was actually in the arena, and people thought it was Emma.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. Maybe I'm a perv, but I don't remember Maurice's face.
Yeah.
Period, dude. So when she gets to jump the rail and get into something, I'm like, who the heck is this chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looked a little weird, but that was the story and it looked, I think it came across well on TV, even for people who was like, well, who is that chick? Yeah, she's hot, but who is that chick?
Yeah.
Then we go to the WWE Women's Championship, right?
Yeah.
All right. This was another example of I don't think the talent was ready for the crowd.
No.
And I mean, Charlotte's young, but at the same time, she wasn't ready. No. And here's the thing, man. For one night only. If the crowd is like that, give them what they want.
Yeah.
Say Bayley's name. That's all you had to do was say Bayley's name. It would have made people, it would have intrigued more people. People would have thought maybe she's coming up or whatever. Just say Bayley's name.
Yep.
Yeah. I kind of hate the fact that they really make it seem like it was just the three of them versus the four.
Yeah.
But you got everybody saying, hey, we want some Bayley. And I want to know. Just sing it dude. And you can't even say her name. So, I mean, the segment basically was all about that. I mean, yeah, she gets cocky in the end and they all leave, but it is what it is.
Yep. And they leave, and then Natalya is the one that gets on the mic. And are we getting Natalya and Charlotte?
I think you'll get that. I think you'll get that. You'll get Sasha and Charlotte long term, SummerSlam maybe. But you're gonna need Charlotte to really go through the division and all that other stuff. So we'll see.
Yep. And then next we get a video, and it's Primo and Epico. Oh my goodness, they're back. Where have they been for the last 2 years?
Oh my god, the thing with the little, what was he, a bull? or donkey or something.
Bull, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work.
No.
So they're going back to whatever they're going back to.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Good luck.
It felt a lot like when Carlito debuted. The video did in the Caribbean and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean they're talented, so I can only wish them the best when they come back.
Yep. Yep. Then what's next?
I think you got the 4-way, right? Or no, like you get the backstage stuff with Zayn and Owens, right?
Yeah. So Zayn takes out Owens, so we're down to a 3-way, possibly.
Oh, well, Owens takes out Zayn.
Yeah, Owens takes out Zayn. That's the other way around.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you know, so yeah, we're back. We're down to a 3-way, yeah, basically. With the surprise member. Why did that sound disgusting? I don't know. But
we also have the Dudleys and the
yeah. Screw the match. I mean, it was a typical tables match with threatening somebody to go through a table. Yeah. But then you get Team Soft come out, man, to a crazy ovation.
Oh yeah.
Enzo was saying stuff about the Dudleys I had never heard him say before, so that was cool. He just ran with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they were on fire. Like I wish. Well, that's the thing. They don't really have a team finishing move. It's Enzo coming off the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if if they had something more like the Revival.
Yeah.
Then I wish they would have had some interaction, but they don't. So you just had Enzo do what he does, man. Just get on the mic and rip somebody.
Yeah. Are you surprised Carmella didn't come up with him?
Nah, I think they're distancing themselves from that, man.
Yeah.
Like I think at the end of the day, Big Cass is going to be the one that maybe Vince wants. Yeah. But you'll have Enzo as his mouthpiece.
Yeah, as his manager or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you think that they'll still get over when they're not in front of a smart crowd like that?
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I think
their moveset ain't really that spectacular, really.
We'll see. The only thing I want to do is stay positive with them.
Yeah.
And say that they just need to be given a longer amount of time.
Right. And they need a established finishing move, I think.
Yeah, if they get a tag team move, that'll be cool. Otherwise, Enzo pretty much closes the match. I mean, every single time.
Yeah.
So I mean that could be something that they might establish here. But it'll be interesting to see if they go to the bigger towns. Everybody's gonna know them.
Yeah.
The pops might not be as big in certain towns, but maybe you let Enzo get on the mic more.
Yeah.
I think they'll be good.
Yeah. Well, I will put it like this. In the towns where Roman gets the biggest boos, they'll probably get the biggest cheers.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be cool.
And then we get the main event.
I wish I had the sound, but obviously the fourth member was, and then Cesaro comes out. That's awesome.
And his tearaway suit.
Yeah, a la Rock.
Yeah. Well, he used to do that in Ring of Honor, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Rock was swagger jacking Cesaro then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool then. He didn't miss a beat.
Nope.
He didn't miss a single beat. He got the swing in. He got the train of uppercuts.
Yep.
That was good, man. Just a solid match, and then AJ wins in the end. Just a dude.
He wins with the Styles Clash.
And he wins with the Styles Clash that Jericho didn't kick out of. Or no. Who did he pin? Did he pin? Oh yeah. It was Jericho. And Jericho didn't kick out this time. So he won it, dude. It's gonna be interesting to see what a feud with him and Roman Reigns could actually do. So
yeah, with him being the baby face, do you think that means Roman's definitely going heel?
Well, at the same time, man, you don't necessarily have to have somebody healed to get them booed.
Yeah.
If they just have them getting booed, then fine. But so you basically have the indie darling, if you will,
Yeah.
versus the corporate star.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
Yeah. So that's the weekend.
It was a crazy series of days, man.
Yes, it was.
Like we did our podcast on Friday, and then I stayed up and watched the show, and then I get up and watch the show again. And then I watched the show again around like 5, I think, to kind of just get me in wrestling mode for the Hall of Fame. I watched the Hall of Fame. I get up in the morning. I watch the Hall of Fame again, and then you got Wrestlemania on and popping. So, and then last night the Raw comes up. It was crazy. It's crazy. But that was a good series today.
Yep.
So, with that said, man, you mentioned to me that we should do a top 5 of just, the 5 biggest moments of the weekend, right?
Yeah. But here's the thing. After I told you that, I forgot to do it.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. I pretty much said mine throughout the show.
Yeah, that's the way I did too, yeah.
But I mean, I'm just going to go back and, kind of just recollect what I was thinking about. At 5, and like I'm gonna do pops and matches basically.
Yeah.
Like whatever I just went bananas nuts over. Bananas nuts? Is that even a thing? I don't know what that means. Is that a new hashtag, Trent?
It might be.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right, dude. So at number 5, it has to be Triple H's entrance.
Yeah.
That was crazy. At 4, I got the Stone Cold entrance and just the whole aftermath with him stunning everybody, kind of dancing, doing the jig.
Yeah.
And then stunning Xavier. That was cool. That was definitely cool. At 3, what do I got at 3? At 3, honestly, I have the Joe Demon match. Because like I said, man, that match was a triple threat.
Yeah.
You had Joe's Blood as the third member. Well, I mean, it was a handicap match, basically.
Yeah.
Joe's Blood was the most dominating factor in that match.
Yep.
At 2, I'm going the women's match. The Boss, Sasha Banks, versus Becky Lynch, the last kicker, versus Charlotte. And they tore the house down. And they got such a deserving ovation on Raw. It was unbelievable.
Oh, we didn't mention this. Did you see Becky's eye?
Yeah. Now, but did you see Shay's face? So it could be makeup.
No, there's a picture where she had to have stitches in it.
Oh, I didn't really catch it. Like, that'll be interesting to see when she actually got. Did she get punched?
I have no idea what she did.
Kicked, headbutt? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a shiner. She definitely had a shiner.
Yeah.
She looked like she was pouting, but that just means maybe how she looks. I don't know.
That's all right. She still looked cute.
What was that? I was at number 2, right? With the
women's match.
Formerly the Divas match. Number 1, is there any doubt?
Zayn Nakamura.
Zayn Nakamura. I will tell you this, man. There were so many strikes in that match. And with me not knowing Nakamura's actual finishing move, I don't know what it is. Because when he hit it, like, unless I need to know exactly how it's done, I don't know what the heck it was.
Yeah, it's basically a knee to the face.
Oh, is it like a Daniel Bryan knee?
He don't really jump up in the air. Like, he has them like on their knees, and he like just runs and knees them in the face.
But this was standing.
Yeah, or standing, he does it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. I just knew that it was some type of knee to the face. And dude, that's some of those shots were stiff. I don't know if, I am a wrestling fan, as you are, as the viewers are. I want to believe that it was real, like some of those connected, but they were pretty stiff. Like they looked pretty tough.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if that's a style that gets introduced, with Asuka being here and with Nakamura being here.
Ibushi coming in.
Yeah, I don't know if you really get that on a consistent basis.
And Hideo Itami's too.
Yeah. I wouldn't know if that's a risk factor.
Yeah.
For people getting hurt or having concussions or whatever, but I mean, if you can do it well, then do it. But
right,
definitely match of the weekend, match of this whole series.
Like I said, it was.
Like you said, it was, my friend. It had color, it had style, it had charisma. Nakamura is definitely a big time player. You just got to have the right opponent, like Stan Hansen mentioned.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he was he was dead set on talking about opponent, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, man, sometimes it is the opponent. Like you can be good.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a good opponent, then what the heck is the match doing?
Yeah. And a few other things I'll throw in that I liked from this weekend.
All right.
The NXT Tag Title match.
All right.
Zack Ryder winning the IC title.
Definitely.
Maurice's return.
Okay.
Let's see. The Total Divas versus Bad and Blonde being way better than I expected it to be.
Okay.
Becky Lynch's dress at the Hall of Fame.
Or the Becky Lynch areola slip.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that one. Yeah. And also, Eva Marie at the Hall of Fame was looking pretty good too.
Okay.
I think that's about it. And of course, Shane McMahon about killing himself.
Oh my gosh, dude! I was surprised he got up.
Yeah.
I was surprised he got up. It's crazy.
But I think that's it.
What's the next pay-per-view, Trent?
Payback on May 1st, I think.
Okay. Tickets go on sale this Friday for Money in the Bank in Las Vegas.
All right.
I think I'm gonna try to go to that one, man.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it'll be my first time going out to Vegas, and I think it'll be an awesome time just to go out there and actually have a way better reason to go other than gambling.
Yeah.
But we'll see. If I get tickets, I'll definitely let you know. But I think they go on sale Friday at like Pacific time, like at noon or something like that.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I know, dude, this isn't over for you. You're still hyped. Like, you're still geeked up.
I am.
Friday, the man that they call Trent Williams, the best in the world, is going to be at the Township Auditorium. Ladies, go out and see your boy, the best in the world, Trent Williams, at MTW3589. Tweet him. It definitely goes down in the DM with this guy. Go see him. Trent's going to be working the crowd. Trent's going to be working the city. And Trent might have a couple of T-shirts to give away. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, Trent, man. Hey, good luck and safe travels to the show, man. Hope you have a great time.
All right. Thank you.
And with that, we're out of here, my friend. You got anything else? Oh, all right. Yeah, Trent already left. Boom.